Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have some exciting news to share with you as we finally have a reopening date for Walt Disney World. Just a few minutes ago, Senior Vice President of Operations for Walt Disney World, Jim McPhee, presented to the Orange County Economic Recovery Task Force and laid out all the information that we need to know about the reopening of Disney World. Most importantly, their reopening date. So Walt Disney World is going to be doing a phased reopening, and it will begin on July 11th with the reopening of Magic Kingdom and Disney's Animal Kingdom. Following the reopening of those two parks on July 15th will be the reopening of Epcot and Hollywood Studios. And another very important piece of information that Jim mentioned is that Disney will be implementing a reservation system for the parks. So you will have to make a reservation for each specific park on each specific day. This is something that we haven't seen before, and it's all part of their phased reopening plans. He didn't really go into too much detail surrounding that, and he did say that more details will be coming out in the future as we get closer to reopening, considering it's still about, a month and a half away. But just something to keep in mind, if you want to go to Magic Kingdom on a certain day when they reopen, you're going to need a reservation in order to do so. But it just feels so good to know that Disney has a reopening date. It was a little bit later than I anticipated it to be. SeaWorld also presented, and they will be opening on June 11th, and we already know that Universal will be opening very soon. So I was kind of anticipating Disney to be sometime in June, but better to be safe than sorry. I figured they were gonna be the last one to go anyway since they're the largest. And it's just good to have a reopening date. So let's take a look at some of the safety protocols that we should expect when the parks reopen. So Disney shared these health and safety protocols that we should expect to see when the parks reopen. A lot of these are very similar to what we already have in Disney Springs, but let's take a look. There will be enhanced protective measures, including face coverings, hand washing and sanitizing stations, and physical barriers when appropriate. Reduction in theme park capacity that enables appropriate physical distancing in the theme parks and appropriate signage. Enhanced cleaning and sanitation, build upon existing standards of cleaning with heightened protocols in the theme parks. Temperature and health screenings for both guests and cast members. And limit contact enhancements, reduction of guest and cast member contact points. And they go into a little bit more detail about each of these as we move on. So as you can see on your screen, there are two buckets here, one for the guests and one for the cast members for each of these 5 categories. So let's start with the enhanced protective measures. Face coverings will be required while on property for guests and cast members. Hand washing and sanitizing stations and signage reminders at appropriate locations. Plexiglass at points of sale in retail and food and beverage locations where distancing cannot be maintained. And then for the cast members, company-issued reusable face coverings will be offered, and sanitizing stations and signage reminders for them as well. For physical distancing, they mentioned that they will be reducing the capacity of the theme parks, restaurants, retail, attractions, buses, monorails, and other transportation that enables appropriate physical distancing. And they will be temporarily suspending parades, fireworks, and other events that create crowds. As for the cast members, they will be enhancing and modifying backstage areas to enable distancing while on lunch and break periods in the break room and backstage environments. For enhanced cleaning and sanitation for the guests, more frequent cleaning across high-touch locations and surfaces and operating areas. These would include attraction vehicles, ride queues, things that people are constantly touching on a minute-to-minute basis. And for the cast members, more frequent cleaning across high-touch locations in operating areas, including the control rooms, the break rooms, and conference rooms. As for temperature and health screenings, we mentioned these will be required for both the guests and the cast members. Temperature checks will be taken at the main entrances to the theme parks via a third-party screening with those contactless handheld devices, very similar to the ones that they are using in Disney Springs right now. As for the cast members, on-site temperature checks will be required for them as well, and they will also have to complete daily at-home temperature checks and a health assessment before arriving on property. And we mentioned earlier those limited contact enhancements. They will be promoting contactless payments with the Magic Bands, as well as Apple Pay and Google Pay. They will be enabling cashless transactions at restaurants and retail locations, further enable mobile order at food and beverage locations, and temporarily suspend high-touch experiences such as meet and greets and playgrounds. And Jim, during his conference, specifically spoke about meet and greets and those playground areas being closed in the first initial phase of reopening. Disney also spoke of a 3-step process to make sure that all future guests are aware of these new regulations, as well as for the cast members as well. And those are education, communication, and engagement. Education, they'll be informing guests of new protocols and expectations pre-arrival. I would expect to see those in your My Disney Experience app, as well as in all of the emails that you get from Disney prior to arrival. I'm sure they're going to make it very clear about the new restrictions in place so that when guests arrive, none of this is a surprise to them, and I think that's a really great idea. Communication, they will be reinforcing health and safety guidelines and protocols with communication signage explaining what everybody needs to do. So Jim mentioned numerous times that there are going to be a lot of signage, and we'll take a look at those in a little bit, around property, just to remind guests to keep your distance, wear your face mask, all things like that, just so that everybody is aware. And then lastly, engagement. Cast members will help to regularly communicate new protocols to guests. They will also have a dedicated team of cast members to serve as their social distancing squad, which will go around and continue to remind guests of the new protocols in a fun and energetic way. And we saw this over at Disney Springs. Those were those cast members in those yellow shirts. Those are the ones that are usually working with the children in resorts or other areas of the parks, etc. They have kind of been tasked now with this social distancing squad responsibility, just to kind of keep it fun, keep it light, and make sure that everybody's following the rules. And lastly, here's a look at the COVID-19 general health and safety signage that you can expect to see throughout property. Just, again, constant reminders for wearing a face covering, keeping your distance, washing your hands, etc. There's also a couple examples in here that you can probably expect in the dining locations. For example, the sign that says, "For your health and safety, this table is not available." I'd imagine that would be in very high traffic areas. The first one that comes to mind is like Pecos Bill, where there's so many tables on top of each other, they might skip every other table, and you might see signs in places like that. There's also a sign here that says, "Help us protect the magic. Please limit handling of this product. If assistance is needed, please ask a cast member." Again, that's probably just to limit the amount of items that guests touch in retail locations while they are shopping. There's also that typical mobile order pickup sign that we all know and love. Complimentary hand sanitizer sign, and lastly a sign that is showing that they recommend a cashless payment and that Disney gift cards are available. So that's really interesting. It seems like they're really pushing the cashless payment option, and it makes sense. And it'll be interesting to see if they do accept cash. They didn't say that they weren't going to accept cash, but it seems like they want to promote the contactless as much as they can. And here's another example of physical distancing signage that we can expect to see in queues and maybe leading up to the main entrance, etc. For your safety, please wait behind this line, and then just to make sure that everybody keeps a minimum of 6 feet between them and the other parties. So early in the video I mentioned that reservation system, and I just want to reiterate there is really no additional information at this time. Disney mentioned that as we move closer, they will roll out more information, and obviously everybody will be well aware of what they need to do in order to get a reservation to go into the theme parks. That's all in an effort to manage capacity, manage the number of people that are coming in a park every single day, and I just think it's actually a really good idea so that they always know how many people are coming in and out of the parks. And lastly, on capacity, they did not share any specific capacity numbers. They did say it's going to be a dramatically reduced capacity. He kept emphasizing that point. He kept saying it's going to be very low. So I would imagine it being somewhat similar to what we saw in Shanghai, in that 20 to maybe 25% range of the daily operating capacity. I think that's something that we can expect moving forward from Disney, especially in the early phases. So there you have it. It is an exciting time. It feels so good just to know that Disney is coming back somewhat soon. We still have about a month and a half, but it gives Disney plenty of time to continue to keep an eye on the situation that's going on right now and just really fine tune all their details and just make sure that they're obviously ready to go come July 11th. And the phase reopening isn't something that's surprising to me. We've spoken about this before if you've seen any of our other videos. And I thought it was gonna be one park at a time, but it does make sense that it's two, just because you can accommodate more guests when it reopens and just give people an option of kind of where they wanna go. So I think it makes a lot of sense. I think all of the safety protocols that Disney has laid out today are going to be very effective. So I'm sure as the theme parks reopen and they learn from their experiences, these will evolve with time. But again, it's just great to finally know that Disney is coming back soon in a safe way, and I can't wait to experience the magic all over again. So if you guys found this video helpful, make sure you give it a nice big thumbs up. It really helps us out. And if you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss a Disney video in the future from us. And with that being said, we'll see you guys real soon.